Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of this playlist. As you know, in this playlist we are going to master Rust, and yet we have seen a lot of videos like installation. After that, how we can create a first API endpoint. After that, we have seen how we can do CRUD operations. Next, we have seen how we can create a folder structure for a production level. Cool. Now next we will be looking how we can import any data, how we can export any data from one file to another file, how we can use that data. Cool. So if you want to follow the documentation, if you want to check the documentation, what you can do, just go to code.i+t.in and you will be landing to this page. What you can do, just click on view courses and you will be able to find all the courses here. Click on this lessons and here you can check all the lessons that I will be updating. Yet I have updated 5 lessons and today we are on 6th lecture. So if I click on lecture, so you can see like we will be looking towards this what is an import and export in Rust and how we can do this like a pro. Okay, so you can follow the documentation, but if you don't want to follow the documentation, you want to view the video, even though you can view that video, but in video I will be explaining a lot of things, but there will be some things we will be skipping, like use of super and self. Okay, what are these? Okay, and rest we will be trying to understand everything here. Cool. Now let's come here to our src folder. Okay, and let me zoom it a little bit. Okay, cool. Now what we will do, first of all, we will basically comment this all. Okay, let's comment this all and let's create one function. Okay, function, and the name of that function will be main, and let's test this function with the some random text. Okay, and let's say here cargo run. Okay, and we will be getting this random text, whatever we are printing here. Cool. Now in this video, first of all, we will see our first task, how to create a function. Okay, now let's see. Now let's say this is our function and the name of this function. So let's have an example. Let this function will say hi. Okay, this will say hello, or we can say hi. So we will say hi, say hi. Okay, and this will be a function named say hi, and this will print something for us. Okay, so print ln, and this says say hi. Cool. Now next let's run this. Do you think, guys, are we going to get say hi in our terminal? Right now you can see we are only getting inside whatever we have inside our main function, but we are not getting say hi. Why is it so? Because we are not using say hi function anywhere. Okay, so even though if I say do it something like in JavaScript we used to do something like that, this will throw an error. The reason for throwing an error is because it will like our cargo will run our main file. Okay, it will run this main function first when it will enter to this project, Rust project. Okay, so what we will do right now, here we will say here say hi. Okay, say hi, and now if I run it, we will get two messages in our terminal. First one is a random message and second is say hi. Cool. Now you can see we have created our one function. Okay, and this is a function. This, by the way, guys, this is a private function. And why is it so private function? Because we are not making it public. Our another files inside our Rust folder cannot access this particular folder. This is a private folder. Now how we can make it public? So what you can do, just simply write here pub, and now this function is a private function, sorry, public function. Any file inside our Rust application can use this function. Okay, cool. Now we will see. So this is a way how we can create functions and how we can register those functions inside our main function. Now next we will look how we can in our production level projects. So this is not a good way to write all the functions in one main file, right? We need to write functions in different files, like different functions will perform some different tasks. We need to write them in different files. So what we will do right now, we will create here one file utils.rs. Okay, and inside our utils.files, we will say that we will create here pub means public function, and name of that function will be print my name. Okay, print underscore my name. Cool. And let's say let's me print here print ln and my name basically. So it will say my name is Vijay. Cool. Now let's run it. Guys, do you think are we going to get my name is Vijay? No. Why is it so? Because we need to attach this utils file inside, like we need to attach this utils file with our main file first. This is our first task. So how do we attach that? So we will write here mode and the name of that file, whatever the file name is there. So the file name is utils. Okay. Now we have attached our utils file, and you can see the color of our function is also changed. If I run it right now, we will not be getting any output. We will be not getting any output that my name is Vijay. The reason for this is because we have imported, that's fine, but we are not using anywhere this function. Now why is it so? Because we need to use this somewhere, right? Now let's say here this thing, okay, and but it is saying I don't know from where this my print, like print my name is coming. Tell me from where it is coming. So what we will say, utils. This is coming from utils. Inside utils file there is one function with the name print my name. Call that function. Now it will go to this utils file and it will look for this function and it will run. Okay, now let's run this cargo run. So you can see I am getting my name is Vijay. Perfect. Now we have seen how we can use these file, like how we can use this. Now let's see if I create any private function. Okay, let's create here a private function, private underscore fun, and let's print here print ln, and message will be this is a private function. Okay, so what do you think, guys? Will I get here if I'm using this private function here? Okay, I will say inside my utils I have one function with the name private function. Will I get the data here? Will I get any output in my terminal? I will get an error that this is a private function or this is not defined anywhere. You can see a private function is a private means. What does exactly this mean? This private function can be used inside this file itself. You cannot access outside this file. To access this outside the file, you need to make it public so that another files can use this. So what you can do, you can make it pub, and you can see now that error had been gone. What does now if I run right now, we will get an output that this is a private function. But now right now, as we have add here pub, now this is not a private, now this has become public. Okay, cool. Now we have seen how we can use another file, so how we can create functions in another file, whether that is private or public. Now next we will be looking how we can create a nested we can say functions. So right now you can see this is our basic things that will be there in production level, but the functions can be more deep inside folders. Like there can be one folder, and inside that folder, there can be one function. How we can use that function, how we can grab that function? Right now we have seen this is for files. Okay, this is for files, but if it is for deep nested folders, then how we can access that? Now let's jump. Okay, now let's jump for that. Let's create here one folder with the name auth. Okay, and inside auth we will be having one folder with the name, like sorry, one file with the name check underscore auth dot rs. Okay, dot rs, and we will here one function. Okay, we will be having one public function, and name of that function will be check underscore auth. And now let's print here. Okay, let's print ln, and now this okay, we will write here check auth is a success. Okay, check auth is a success. Cool. Now if I am using this check auth inside my main file, what do you think, guys? Do I get this data, or do I get an error? Of course I will get an error, because we have not registered this file inside our main file or in our main file. How we can do this? So right now you can see we are inside our auth, means we have one folder auth. What we will do right now, we will basically do here mode auth. Okay, now we have registered this auth, but we are getting an error that auth folder need to have one file with the name mode.rs. So we need to create this mode.rs file, right? So what we will do right now, we will come here inside our auth file, sorry, auth folder, and we will create mode.rs file. Sorry, this will not be mode, this will be only mode. And inside our mode, now you can see this error will, like this error had gone. Okay, like auth folder we were getting an error. Now inside mode file, what we will write, so inside mode file, whatever the files will be there inside auth folder, or what will be the folders will be there here. Okay, we will be writing them all here. So we will say here pub, okay, and mode and check auth. Okay, check auth. Cool, now we have created our check auth here. Okay, and now we can easily use this check auth here. Now let's import check auth here. Okay, and this will be coming from here, and we can see we have imported use like auth, and inside auth we have one file with the name check auth, and inside check auth file we have one function check auth. If I run it right now, you can see check auth is a success, means we are getting our data perfectly. Now this is not something ki, we can use that these like this one function only inside our main file. No, we can use check auth function anywhere inside our project. So I can come here, so you can see we are getting like my name is Vijay. Okay, now after my name is Vijay, let's call this function. Okay, so check auth, and okay, so you can see one sec, I've imported in a wrong way, check auth, and now you can see we have imported this auth. Okay, so this is a concept like we are importing this auth from some another file to another file instead of main file. We are creating this function, like we are doing use create auth folder. Okay, and inside auth folder we have one file with the name check auth, and inside check auth file we have one function with the name check auth. Call that function. Now let's run. Now you can see we are getting an output that my name is Vijay, means we are getting this one line, and after that we are getting check auth is success, means this one function is running. So that means we can use our files anywhere inside our project. That's not limited to main file only. Cool, means we can use our functions, that are public functions inside our project anywhere. Now we as we have created one folder, now how exactly if I have created one more folder? So for that what we will do, we will create one more folder, and let's say here login. Okay, this is our login folder. Now we need to register this login folder inside our mode.rs. Okay, so for that we will do mode and our folder name login. Okay, and now we are getting here one error. And what is this error? This error is same, we need to create one mode.rs file inside our login function. Let's create mode.rs. Okay, and now you can see this error had gone. Okay, we will wait. Okay, now you can see this error had gone, and now let's create here one file with the name check login. Okay, check underscore login.rs, and here we will create here one public function, and this function name will be check, we can say check instead of auth we will say check login. Okay, just for demo purpose we are making it. Now what we will do right now here, we will write here println, and we will say user has logged in. Okay, cool, we will return this message. Now we need to register this check login file inside our mode.rs file. So how we will do same process. We will write here pub mode and name of that file check login, and cool, now that error had been even gone. So it is expecting semicolon. Okay, cool, exclamatory sign by the way. Okay, now it is saying that check login is not being used anywhere inside this project. Now what we will do, we can come anywhere inside our project and we can use that. let's come to our main file and write this function, and we will say check login, and check login. Are we getting any suggestions? Okay, not. Check auth is there, check login is not there. The reason for this is because let's make this a function like this, where we had gone inside our auth, we have our mode file, right? Let's make this login folder also public so that everyone can use this. Okay, so let's make it public mode login. Now let's come back to our main file and let's say check login. Okay, so we will say here check login, and let's call this function. Okay, so this is a check login function, and this check login is coming here. Fine, but this is something in another way it had came. Let's make do it control Z, check login. Okay, now you can see we have imported, we have said that inside our auth folder we have one again one folder with the name login, and inside login folder we have one file with the name check login, and inside check login file we have one file, like one function with the name check login. Cool, and we are calling that check login function here. Now let's run it, and we are getting that user has logged in. Now we can use this function anywhere inside our project. Now let's use this that this is a function. Okay, now let's use this here, and now you can see we have imported login, we have imported check login, but inside check login we have one more folder, like one function name, that is check login. Cool, and now you can see we have we are getting this. Now let's run, we should get, this is a private function, and after private function we can get our message. Now you can see this is a private function where we are getting, this is a private function, and after private function we are getting user has logged in, means this one message we are getting. Cool, so right now you have seen how we can import and export data, and how we can use that data inside our all the application across the entire application, how we can use that data. So this is the this is a way you can use the data. Okay, so we have covered all the things that are explained here. Okay, and this is a structure, nested structure, that we have even understand how exactly things work. From next video we will be creating a route file where all the routes will be defined, and okay, so we are going to see more deep dive. We will be learning how to connect a database, we will learn how to connect our S3 bucket, how to connect our Firebase and all. Okay, so that's all guys. I hope you have seen how we can import and export data from one file to another file. So if you want to look towards the code, let me show you. So this is our main file code, this is a utils.rs file code, this is a mode.rs file inside auth, this is a check auth code. After that we have one folder, code, and that is pub mode. Okay, and we have one check login. So this is a basic idea of the code, or we can say basic uh, data, or we can say basic implementation of how we can use imports and exports in Rust. So yeah, that's all guys, that's all for this video, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. And I know this video was not that much important, but yeah, if you are beginner friendly and you want to master Rust backend, then you need to know about imports and exports in Rust. Okay, we will be jumping dive more in upcoming videos in Rust. So if you're not following this playlist, you can follow this playlist, and all the documentation will be available on code.i+t.in. So yeah, that's all guys, that's all, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much.